Welcome to our channel, the fastest, most dramatic and unmissable update of the explosive developments in the TV series Beyond the Gates. Spoilers. Don't take your eyes off the screen during the week of July 28th to August 1st, because shocking secrets and ultimate shocks will come one after another, forcing everyone to face the harsh truth. Kat lives in constant turmoil, because the secret she has kept hidden for so long is growing like a toxic tumor inside her mind. It smolders every day, making her unable to sleep peacefully. Unable to smile fully next to Tomas, the man she loves with all she has. That love should have been her guiding light, her safe place to lean on in an atmosphere filled with suspicion and lies. But she was the one who was suffocating that relationship with lies that became harder to hide with each passing day. Things became even more uncontrollable when Chelsea, who held the last piece of the truth, decided to push Kat into a corner. She didn't need to scream or threaten, because Kat knew all too well that Chelsea's cold, sharp gaze carried the power to destroy. Kat knew that if she didn't confess, Chelsea could do it for her, in the most brutal way, when Kat least expected it. And if that happened, not only would her love for Tomas collapse, but her own honor, trust, and values would also be reduced to ashes. But would the revelation of the truth be a release? Or would it just be another stab into a wound that seemed to have healed? Inside her, the battle between confessing and continuing to live in her shell is more intense than ever. She walks every day like a shadow, carrying the fear of being exposed, living in the ambiguity of whether Tomas will forgive or turn his back forever. Meanwhile, Martin is sinking into the depths of collapse when he discovers that the love he is devoted to keeping is on the verge of breaking down. Nicole, the woman he once thought would never leave him, has learned a part of his past that he has kept hidden for years. No threats, no heated arguments, just a silence so cold that Martin feels his heartache every time. He tries to keep Nicole by all means, the gentle gestures, the memories that were the foundation of this relationship. The desperate pleas all become meaningless before her eyes that have lost the loving gaze. Martin is not a perfect man, and he never thought he would need to confess his past. But now, when everything is on the verge of collapse, he realizes that he has sacrificed too much to hide what should have been honest long ago. Nicole says nothing, but the distance between them seems to grow longer every day. Meals become silent, touches become strange, and every time she walks out of the room without looking back, Martin feels like a part of their marriage has died. He wonders if the love they once had is strong enough to overcome this giant crack, or if it is just an illusion he is desperately clinging to. Elsewhere, the turmoil of the heart plays out in an unexpected scenario. Andre, with his natural elegance and sophistication, makes an offer that is hard for anyone to refuse: a trip away. A place for just the two of them, romantic scenes, unspoken promises. Ashley, in a moment of weakness and a desire to escape all the pressure, nods in agreement. But she does not know that behind that invitation are unpredictable calculations. Andre is not just a friend or a harmless suitor, he has a purpose, a plan, and the ability to completely change Ashley's life in ways she never imagined. When news of the trip reaches Derek, the man who was once the greatest love of Ashley's life, a real storm is unleashed. Derek, who thought he had let go, turns out to still be haunted by her. He cannot bear the image of Ashley with anyone else, especially Andre, the man he hates to the core. In a fit of rage and helplessness, Derek reveals a horrifying truth that has been buried in the dark corners of his past, something that could shatter Ashley's already fractured heart. Not a warning, not a jealous rage, but a cold confession that hits like a time bomb. Ashley doesn't know who to trust, doesn't know whether to stay or go, doesn't know whether to run or face. All she feels is an unquenchable panic burning inside. Just when everything seems to be falling apart, another danger quietly emerges with a sweet exterior and deadly honeyed words. Haley, the beautiful woman with the eyes that speak and the smile that can fool anyone, is playing a dangerous game. She doesn't just want Bill by her side, she wants to control his entire life. She paints before Bill a perfect future, where they can shed all old ties, abandon family, honor and reason to build a new world together, a place where there are only two of them. Bill, tired of conflicts and growing responsibilities, begins to fall in love. He sees in Haley the tenderness he craves, the empathy he lacks in his old relationships, and a chance to start over. But he didn't realize that the deeper he fell into Haley's promise, the more he lost himself. Everything Haley did had a purpose. Every gesture, every tear, every smile was a tool in a sophisticated plan designed to put Bill into a state of absolute dependence. When he began to refuse to meet his relatives, when he pushed aside his work, when he turned his back on what was once the core of his being, that was when Haley began to tighten her grip. Not by force, but by sweet persuasion. By sophisticated psychological manipulations that made Bill no longer distinguish between what was real and what was imaginary. Love became an excuse for imprisonment. Reason became something exchanged for a temporary sense of peace. All of those people, each carried within them a wound, a secret, a calculation, and an approaching collapse. Every action they take, whether intentional or not, sends shockwaves that ripple farther and farther, shattering the already fragile balance in their lives. Kat, Martin, Ashley, Bill, none of them can stand on their old foundations anymore. They are forced to choose between truth and lies, between love and betrayal, between freedom and dependence. But what makes things scary is not that they don't know what to choose, but that they begin to doubt whether there is any right choice when every path leads to the abyss. Get ready for unimaginable shocks, dark truths revealed, relationships shattered in an instant. All will explode during the week of July 28th to August 1st. Don't miss any of Beyond the Gates spoilers, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the drama, shock and surprises that follow.